My name's Kira, and I'm a huge fan of the show Fringe on Fox. I'm gonna start doing Fringe recaps on Fridays. And sorry, it's Sunday today because I got lazy and everything. So, yeah, but it'll be on Fridays from now on. And this is episode 3 from season 2. It's called Fracture. And it starts out with these two cops in a car, and then one goes off to get donuts, and the other stays in the car, and he gets this call from this guy telling him that, like, his contact will be in this train station in a black coat with a briefcase. So he goes to the train station, and he sees the guy with the briefcase, and he goes up to him and he's like, "Give me the briefcase," but he won't give him the briefcase. So he gets all mad, and then eventually snatches the briefcase, and then he walks away with the briefcase, and his body starts to crystallize, and eventually his head crystallizes, and then he screams, and then his head explodes into a bunch of pieces, and then it goes to the theme song, and which is awesome, by the way. I love the theme song. So then Peter and Olivia and Walter go to the scene, and everyone's dead, and they don't know why, they don't know what caused it or anything. They can't find any explosive devices, even though they think it's a bomb, but it isn't. Well, it's kind of a human bomb. But anyway, so Peter goes over to this railing, and he finds this, police badge. It says Officer Gillespie, and so they, find it, and they go question his wife, and she says she doesn't know what happened. She's really depressed, obviously, that he died. And back at the lab, Walter finds out that his body crystallized and exploded. So while they're still at the house, Peter and Olivia, questioning his wife, Olivia gets, this weird, flash, this red flash, and she doesn't know what it is. It's, of the time she was in the alternate universe. If you watch the previous episodes where Sam, he says, "Oh, have the headaches started yet?" And she's like, "No, what headaches?" And he always keeps asking her, but now she knows what it is. She gets this weird headache, and she's like, "Do you have a bathroom I can use?" She runs to the bathroom, vomits in the toilet, and then she's, looking around, and she sees this little, loose tile in the wall, and she goes and, opens it, and it's this, weird box, and she pulls it out, and it's all these, syringes and weird liquids and stuff, and they ask the wife, if she's ever seen him before, and she says she's never seen him. So then it switches over to this other woman in I think it's in Illinois, and it's this woman in Illinois, and she wakes up and she goes into the bathroom and injects her foot with the syringe that looks like the one that Olivia found in the loose tile, and there's this bruise on her foot, but when she injects the syringe it goes away. And then she goes to Washington, D.C., and it's the colonel, who is the guy who's behind all of this, calling her and telling her she has to go, and she has this cover story. But she doesn't know she's, a suicide bomber, which is what the other guy was, because he was injecting himself for over a year. And then, so, the gang, they all find, background information on this guy, but he went off the grid a long time ago, and Peter goes to his friend in Iraq and asks him if he knows anything about it, and they talk to this doctor, but he says the same thing too, the colonel went off the grid. He's the one who first told them, actually. So, they don't have any information where he is or anything, but they do kind of know, who the next target is, because she just went off to D.C., and asked the husband, so they all go to Washington, D.C., and they previously with the other guy, the cop, the security screens were all fuzzed out because of the high frequency that the colonel, released, so nobody would see what was happening, and, so they don't know how to find him, but Walter says that they can, track where the frequency is coming from, but they have to do it, with time, because if time runs out, then she'll explode. So Olivia and Peter are in there, and they're looking for the woman, and they see her, and she's over there, trying to get the briefcase and stuff, and then she actually gets it, and then they see her, and Olivia, first the colonel, pushes the button to set off the frequency, and the security cameras are all, fuzzed out, but they can't jam into them back in the security truck with Walter and Royals and security guard. So they don't know what's happening, and then Peter like attacks the Colonel, like jumps out of nowhere and starts like beating him down, and then the Colonel drops his little remote thing that controls the high frequency thingy thing that sets off the security cameras, and Olivia's like trying to destroy it while like the woman's like her arms are already like crystallized, and she's about to like explode, and then finally Olivia like takes her cane, she's like and she smashes like the thing, and yeah, the woman's safe, and they kind of like saved the day. It was awesome. And they found the Colonel too, which is very good. And yeah, so after that, sorry, I screwed up on my webcam thing, but I was too far along to like start all over again, so yeah, I'm just adding a little second part to it. So after that, Olivia is at the bowling alley with Sam, the guy that Nina recommended for her, like put her back together or whatever, and he's like telling her all this weird stuff to do at the bowling alley, and she gets really mad, so she just like pulls the gun and she's like, I want to stop, you told me you could fix me, da-da-da, and then he looks back, and then she looks back, and then they realize that she left the chair and pulled the gun on him, like, without her cane, which is like a miracle and everything, and so he did fix her, but she just didn't notice, so yeah, that's a good thing. And then the Colonel back at FBI is being interrogated, and he says he's crazy and everything. Well, he says people call him crazy, but he's not. And he talks about who the men with the briefcases were, and he's talking like they're just walking around, like observing. Nobody knows who they are. And they have these briefcases, and like what's in the briefcase, and he's like, nobody knows what's in those briefcases, but eventually what's in those briefcases will destroy us all. And it shows all the observers, including the most famous one, which we've always seen in all the episodes, the other ones we haven't seen, or as people like to call him, Baldo, and like looking at pictures, and they're all pictures of Peter and Walter, so excited to see what happens next. Yeah. And the new episode's on Thursday at 9 on Fox. You should watch it. Thanks for watching this. I know you probably think this is a waste of your time, but I'm really trying to make this work. So continue watching, please. Thanks. Okay, bye.